You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
It's Vegas. It's rock. It's dogs. It's Vegas Rock Dog Radio. A rock and roll show all about pets, people, and pop culture. Stand by for great guests and cool advice. All in one rockin' hour. The phone lines are open at 702-483-4444. That's 702-483-4444. Now, let's bring on the host. Here is the rock and roll queen of dogs, Sam.
Good morning, everyone. Here we are. It's Sam, your host of Vegas Rock Dog Radio. And as usual, it's a sunny day in Vegas. We don't get to say anything very different from that anyway from week to week. But it's a great day in Vegas, and it's always a great weekend on the weekend to go out and adopt dogs. So if you're in the mood for a new furry friend, the weekends are it. There are plenty of events going on. So here we are, Vegas Rock Dog Radio. I'm your host. My name is Sam. I am a Brit living in Las Vegas, and today I'm going to tell the story of how I got here. By way of many, many other places. But I'll tell the story of how I got here. But I am British, and I live in Las Vegas, and it's certainly a very, very fun city to be in. And in my kind of business, having a clothing line for dogs and humans, and being heavily involved in rescue and fundraising for dog rescue and radio, is the kind of city that if you dream up a crazy idea, no one thinks it's crazy. They just think it's normal. They go, only in Vegas. That's kind of what we do. So it's a perfect city for me because the crazier I can make an event, which obviously gets you more attention, then, it works for me. So it's a great town for that. Everything goes here. So you're listening to Vegas Rock Dog Radio, and this is how you're going to find us on the internet, and quite a few places actually. So depends on what you always say. Pick your poison. What it is you like, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, you're going to find us. So here we go. My website is VegasRockDogRadio.com. You'll find all of the links on there. We're going to be updating with photographs from our past guests. We're not quite up to date with it. But we're getting close to it being completely fresh and updated. So that's Vegas Rock Dog Radio. You can find all our information on there. You can contact me directly through the website too. Ustream is working, I think. Let's have a look. Yay! Let's give you a little wave there. And, yeah, we're in good shape. Yay! So you're going to go to Ustream.tv, and our channel, our profile is Vegas Rock Dog, and there are two channels, there's two shows. So there's the Hot Diggity Dog Radio Show, and there's also Vegas Rock Dog Radio. That's the one you want to click on. There are current shows, and you can see them all there, so that's good. If you like to watch in, I'll give you a wave if you are. I keep looking up there because we used to put the camera up there, remember? I'm just not, I have my routine. When it changes, it's hard to break me of it. So that's our Ustream. In an unusual pose, because normally I'm smiling all the time, but it's kind of a serious. My sister said that photo is I'm going to kill you and eat you look. I actually like the photograph, but it's a different kind for me. So you'll be able to find me on there quite easily. Now, our Facebook page is Vegas Rock Dog Radio, and our Twitter is Vegas Rock Dog Show. No W on the end. And I know a lot of people already follow me on our Vegas Rock Dog page. Either way, you're still going to get the information. I share on all of the networks. Our call-in number is 702-483-4444 if you've got a question. And all my shows are archived on the Vegas All Net Radio page. All you do is click over there to the website, find my show, scroll down, and you'll see the description of the shows. Just click on them and listen at your own leisure if you don't get the chance to listen in live. And we are live every Saturday at 10 a.m. if you've just caught the show for the first time. Instagram, this is where I tend to post more personal pictures. Of course, still a million pictures of my dogs, Galaxy and Thornton, every day. You just can't post enough pictures, really, I'm almost judgmental if people don't post enough pictures of their dogs. I'm like, what's that about? So that's Vegas Rock Dog. And if you want to purchase any of our clothing, and I say our clothing is for dogs and humans, and it's for the teeniest of dogs, and I swear, I think we could dress a donkey if we needed to, because some of our T-shirts and tank tops for the bigger dogs are huge. I mean, we've got Great Danes wearing our gear, and, you know, so everybody's covered, and that was one of our goals when we started the company was, why are big dogs left out of fashion? What's that about? So we included that too. So all our clothing for the humans is European cuts, so no big boxy T-shirts, you know, none of this one-size-fits-all thing. It's European cuts, so they are fashion cuts, and you'll like the gear too. So, and also we have a blog, and lots of people don't know about blog. It's been going along since, since 2005, 2006, something like that. And the blog is called therockandrolldog.com. And, cover everything and everything I possibly can find about pets and travel, clothing, medical treatments, good news stories, fundraisers, you name it. We're never going to run out of topics. There's always something new that pops up. So that's the blog, and that's therockandrolldog.com. When I do a lot of giveaways, I tend to post them originally on the blog itself. So if you want to know, you know, when a post pops up, just, you know, hop over to our blog and subscribe there. It's really easy. And then I tend to use Facebook the most for the giveaways as well. And when I do these giveaways, generally what happens is I don't actually have the product with me. I work with a lot of companies that want to send me stuff, and if they send me something, I review it. Obviously, I get to keep that as well. Often they will then say, well, let's do a giveaway as well. So if you enter the contest and you win, then the product comes from the company itself. It doesn't come from me. So I get a lot of stuff, and this year I expect to be reviewing lots and lots of products. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about an app later on that I've been using for fitness for me and my dog. And there are many apps out there, but I found this one to be the one I like the most. And I don't know if you're like me, but I might, download 5 apps, like a photograph app, and then I use them all, figure out which one I like the best, and then delete the rest. And it's a good way to actually, find out what's out there, so that's something that we're going to cover as well today. And this week, this is great news. A friend of mine, Ben Harris, and some people know Ben from Terry Fator's show. Terry Fator was the winner of America's Got Talent a couple of years ago, and had was awarded this great contract here in Vegas to be a headliner. And Ben actually is his opening act. So he does, I don't know if you've seen the videos, the whole series of like Dancing Through the Decades. Ben does some of that kind of stuff, but he's also a DJ, he's also a recording artist, and one of the nicest guys that I know. And he opens for Terry Fator, and he really is fantastic for warming up the crowd. So how I got to work with Ben, and it was a while ago, was when we did, I think, our second Funny Bones comedy jam with Sammy Shaw over at the Palms for Dog Rescue. And, one year we used a band that was on stage the whole time, and then we said, hey, let's switch up a little bit. Let's try and do a DJ. So we thought, Ben would be great. He came, warmed up the crowd, and that's how I got to know him and his lovely wife, Natalia. So I'd not been able to really reciprocate what he did for us, because all those people, did that for free. Until this week, till Ben put a post on his Facebook page that he was delivering his EPK, his electric press kit, to as many radio stations as possible in Vegas to get some airplay for his new song. And so what I just happened to see it, because, sometimes you don't see half the things on Facebook these days. And so he's got this new track out called Reason to Smile. His beautiful wife's in the video. And I was just thrilled. So I said, oh my gosh, get one to me. So he delivered one to the studio, and we're going to be playing that for you today. So I wanted to share as much as I could about this new track that he's got in this video, because, as I say, it's the first time I've really been able to reciprocate him helping us with Funny Bones. And I think that's important to do that when you can, most definitely. Don't forget when people help you out, because they do make your events. So Ben will be playing your track when we go to the break shortly, so you can listen into that, and it's a very exciting time for him, most definitely. So pretty thrilled about that. So today my guest was going to be, and I'm still going to talk a little bit about their business, was going to be Desiree. And she is the owner of Doggy Do-Overs and Printing for Pets. And she had vehicle problems this morning, which I hope do not result in a big repair bill, because who needs that in their life? you dread those, Chris, and you're like, no, my car's making a funny sound, or it's wobbling, or no, please, no, I'll will it to go away. No one needs a repair. Yeah, the engine light. That's one thing that really does. What is it? And I go, oh, maybe it's just because we've got warmer. The weather's getting warmer. I used to panic in winter because you know how your tyres inflate a little bit more because of our temperature, but when winter comes and it cools down, I always get those the tyre light that comes on tyre pressure, and I'm like, oh, no! But then I've got to learn over the years of living here, it's what happens every winter, because obviously we're a much hotter climate out here, so they do inflate a little bit. So, but yeah, there's nothing worse than a pending doom of a car repair, because it's not even so much the parts, is it? It's the labour that costs. I mean, it's a lot of money. It's crazy. So anyway, so Desiree, if you're listening in, well, she's probably just on her driveway, jumping up and down and screaming because the car's not working right. She owns Doggy Do-Overs and Printing for Pets. And I met her at the 10th annual Halloweener event, and she came up to the booth and she says, hey, this is what we're doing. It just clicked with her. What is it you do? And what Doggy Do-Overs is, it's like a think on the lines of Goodwill for pets. So if you've got a Goodwill store in your city, that's what it's about. So people can donate their gently used or new pet supplies and that kind of stuff, items and crates and you name it. And what she does is then resells it forward, and she benefits dog rescue. And I think it's a fantastic concept. We have something very similar in my hometown of Sheffield in England with the Royal Society of Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, and they have a proper storefront. But that is, they don't just have pet supplies. It's anything, basically. That is more of a Goodwill, but it benefits the RSPCA, and they are named the RSPCA charity shops. So I love this concept. So I don't think they have a storefront, but I think what they do is they're going to have some drop-off locations. So you'll be able to drop off your items, but I think they will also do a pickup for you. So if you've got stuff that's worth, picking up, most definitely give them a call. I think it's a great concept. I know for sure I have stuff in my house that, I need to pass on because it's in good shape and we're not going to use it anymore. Crates are one of those things, that you tend to hang on to. I crate train my dog. Now I don't need it. Why do I still have it? So think about that for Las Vegas, and that's Doggy Do-Overs. Now they also have a second business, and I've used this service of theirs, and it's called Printing for Pets. And Printing for Pets is the same kind of concept where they, through your orders of, whether you're ordering business cards, banners, postcards, whatever it is that you need for your printing needs, they will donate back to dog rescue. So I think it's a great service. I recently just did 1,000 business cards with Printing for Pets, and it was $20. Don't faint, don't fall off your chair. Yes, a beautiful quality, and I was just absolutely thrilled with them. So I'll be doing a lot more ordering, and if you're a business that goes through, or any kind of business that goes through a lot of cards, definitely contact them, because I say the service is great, the prices are spot on, and what they do for animal rescue is a wonderful thing. So I'm really, really glad that she got inspired by this. I never actually asked her what was the moment that said, we need like a Goodwill for pets. But I will get that from her. If she's listening in, you can text me, Desiree, and I will pass on your inspiration. But she's been doing some events. She did one last week. She did a plus-size clothing drive and sale. And again, it benefits dog rescue. You know what I liked about her event? And I don't know how you pulled this off, Desiree, but she did a 12-hour event in a lounge, something Red Lounge. I've forgotten the name of it. But basically, it wasn't like, oh, I'm busy, I can't make it. It's only a 2-hour event. you had no problem getting down there. It started at 8 a.m., which I thought was fantastic. So you could shop before breakfast, work up an appetite and then actually shop, or you could actually go after work. And I thought that was a really great concept. So for anyone that can actually allow you to do that in their facility, I think it's great. And the fact that you could have a bite to eat while you were down there made a big, big difference. So I thought that was a really good concept. And I'm sure she's built a relationship with them. I'm sure there'll be more of those coming up. But I think she's onto something, I think, with these two businesses. And most definitely find her on Facebook. It's doggydoovers.com is the website. And it's Doggy Do Overs on Facebook. And it's both the businesses together on the same page. So you don't have to go looking for two pages. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm just, wish it was here because she's really fun. So that's Printing for Pets and Doggy Do Overs with Desiree. So great service for us to all get involved in. And I'm always amazed how many people come up with these new ideas. You think you've seen it all when it comes to pets. But, and there's another thing I just heard about this week. And again, another concept. What they're doing in England is when they're working with children, when they're looking for adoptive parents, I don't think they've really found the perfect kind of scenario where you can actually meet the kids in a fun environment, and just see how they are, I think it's always been kind of like a one-on-one situation. So what they're doing are these adoption parties where they bring a lot of the kids to a great party that need to find new parents, but essentially, or foster parents, and potential foster parents and parents adoptive parents come in and meet the kids, and they just see them in a fun environment. Everybody's relaxed, everybody's having fun, they're playing games, they're about to eat. And I just thought that was a really good concept. So a friend of mine sent that to me from England, and she said, I don't know how this could work, but I kind of see this working for dogs too. So when you think about it, we do adoption events, where you go to PetSmart, whatever, and you stand outside and you see the dogs in a little crate or whatever, or a pen. Or you go to a fundraising event where you're around pet people, and they might have some dogs there, but not all venues allow that. But no one's really done a party for rescue dogs. So like I did Studio 50 Paw, where you could come with your dog. Now I'm thinking, there needs to be a whole other element to Studio 50 Paw, where you come out, you can come with your own dog and have a drink and a bite to eat and meet other people and raise money through the raffle. But I definitely need to have more rescue dogs there and potential adopters come. So I think that's something I might add to the next event that I decide to do, because we've got to bring the dogs to the people, I think, with rescue and how to get them adopted. It's difficult, I think, for a lot of people. If you work late and you can't get to an adoption event, or adoption facility hours they're not good enough for your work hours, so you can't get, or you don't want to go down the shelter because that's hard too. Or you work on the weekends. So I think we have to make it very, very easy for people to be able to find a dog or a cat or a guinea pig or whatever it is you're looking for. So I'm seeing this as a really fun thing to do, to get to see and meet these dogs in a really fun environment. So stay posted on that. So we'll keep you updated how we decide to do it. And I'm going to be involved in an event soon. I don't have all the details, but it's someone I really, really, really want to work with. So, and she emailed me yesterday, and I'm dead excited. So I think we're going to be able to put together a very, very nice rock and roll event soon. So that's coming up. I'm wondering if we should go to a break. I think what we're going to do is we're going to play Ben Harris's song, Reason to Smile. I think you're going to really, really enjoy it. So this is Ben Harris. He's here in Las Vegas. Ben Harris TV is where you can find him online or on YouTube. Enjoy.
Grace my face for what seems to be like 3 months. I ain't changed a thing on my Facebook page, cause I know that I might see us. I can't hold you close to me, and I know that you won't leave my side. I just sit under the sun with the hope that the flames will soak away my pain. I got this dark ass flesh with no one to impress, so I hope you come back tonight. But until then, I got no best friend. She never lets me down whenever she's around. She takes away my stress whenever she touches my lips. I wanna the feeling I get when she's on my fingertips. Got a face and a smile again. I got a face and a smile again. I got a face and a smile again. I got a face and a smile again. It's been so long since I held you in my arms. Every second you're
Swipe It's a revolutionary new product that literally wipes away cat hair from virtually any surface. You know, most of us struggle with a roller or vacuum cleaner to clean up cat hair, but anyone who has tried either of these knows they just don't work very well. But Swipe It's patent-pending glove has a magnetic-like quality that removes cat hair from almost everything. And best of all, Swipe It's is machine washable, so you can use it over and over again. To order, just visit swipeits.com. That's SWIPETS. A simple solution for shedding.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Now, let's return to Vegas Rock Dog Radio. Here again, your host, the rock and roll queen of dogs, Sam.
And we're back. If you caught the song that I played, that was Ben Harris. He's one of our friends here in Vegas. He's a DJ. He's a recording artist. And all-around nice guy. Helped us with a rescue event. So really, really glad that I got to play that for Ben Harris. And you can find him on Facebook, on YouTube, and obviously the links are all going to come up on Facebook for you. So that's Ben Harris. He's going to be big. This is going to be a big year for him. And I'm just glad that he dropped that off for us at the studio. So this past week, I love to be very spontaneous. I kind of like that. It's very freeing to just say, oh, let's go and do this. So I don't even remember what evening it was. I think it was Monday evening. My husband and I sat and had a little Thai dinner. And I said, oh, we're going to leave town tomorrow. And he said, huh? I said, yeah, we're going to leave town tomorrow. We're just going to take the girls, meaning Galaxy and Thornton, and we're just going to go down to San Diego. We just need a couple of days break. We know we've got quite a few months of hard work ahead of us, and let's take this opportunity to go and leave town. So he said, oh, but what if I said, nope, forget it, we're going. No excuses. Sometimes you just need to be spontaneous. So that's what we did. So the very next morning we piled up our vehicle with all the things that we need. And we actually need more things for our dogs than we do for ourselves. So, but I always have their bag ready. And all I need to add to their bag is their dog food, their bowls, their treats. And if I feel like it's going to be cold, I'll take a couple of little sweaters for them, because that humidity, not used to that. So when we get down to San Diego, it feels like it's freezing once the sun goes down. And my little Jack Russell, she gets very cold. So I always have a bag prepared, and that includes obviously their blankets. I always have a first aid kit, simple basic things in there, a couple of bandages, you know, the stretchy elastic kind, a triple antibiotic, flea tick medicine. But here's the thing, I'm going to be changing up how I do flea tick. We don't need it here in Las Vegas, but when you do go down, you know, to the beach or into the mountains, you definitely need to protect your pets. But having read a lot about flea tick medicines right now and some of the problems they can cause your animals for their health, I'm going to start looking at some natural alternatives. And as I say, we're fortunate. We don't need it here in Las Vegas, but when we do make those trips, I do need to include that as part of their little travel bag thing. So, yeah, they have their own bag, their own little first aid first aid bag, but that's really important that you do have a little kit together for them. Because you never know. You never know what's going to happen. You never know what they're going to run into on the beach, or in our case, when we got on the beach and they were digging and just having the greatest time, that when we actually got in the car to drive somewhere, Galaxy thought she'd just throw up a little twig that she decided to eat from the beach. So, and so you got to have your clean-up wipes too. So think about that when you travel. So this is what we did. We said, okay, let's go, make it really easy. We always go to the same hotel because it's convenient for our pets. And there are many, many choices, but there are also many, many fees often associated with traveling with your pet. And this is why I like this particular place. It's a simple look into place. It's in Carlsbad. It's obviously just outside San Diego. And there are no pet fees and there are no cleaning fees. And we paid a whopping, I think, $89 a night with taxes included and a breakfast. And, you know, I said no additional fees, and I think that is an absolute deal. Now, I know a lot of people thinking, yeah, but what does that room look like? That's usually the issue. It's like, ugh. And the thing is, I don't want my dogs in a horrible room. Trust me, they have the best life, so I want to make sure they have the best rooms. And they've just refurbished, actually, so the rooms are gorgeous. I'm going to be doing a blog post on this so you can see where we stayed, and it was lovely. I mean, really, really lovely. So, that's where we stayed. We drove down from Las Vegas, took our time down there, regular stops for the girls, and made our way down. The weather's just been incredible, hasn't it, Chris? It's just not, I think we're higher than we normally are right now. So it's seriously, it's bikini weather. Put bikinis on. You're getting a tan in Vegas this week. So off we go down to San Diego, and, the beach is just, now not all beaches are dog friendly, even though the whole region is very dog friendly. The restaurants and patios, the coffee shops, I mean, very dog friendly. The businesses welcome you in with the pets. There's, bowls of water everywhere you go. They'll offer them a snack. So, but do, you know, search out the pet-friendly beaches, because otherwise you will get a ticket. And we almost witnessed a gentleman getting a ticket because he lives right by this beach, and that's his neighborhood. So of course he wants to walk his dogs there. And as he's walking up to us and we're talking to him about his two dogs, and how adorable they are, he says, "Oh, I hear, is it the Coast Guard that drives on the beach?" He says, "Are they behind me?" And we're like, "Yeah, they're coming up to you." And he said, "Oh, I'm just going to keep walking." So he keeps walking towards us. Really funny. And fortunately for him, for some reason, they must have got a call and they did a U-turn and disappeared. And he went, "Oh my gosh," he says, and it's not just here's a little ticket. He said, "I'm telling you, they will background check you and everything." So be aware of the laws. And some beaches are no dogs. Some beaches are dogs, definitely on leashes. And then there's another beach. I've forgotten the name of it. It's very small. And I think after Labor Day is when you can actually go down there with your dogs off leash. So just, you know, wherever you're staying, just check it out. You don't need a ticket, that's for sure. And it was just lovely to just walk and put your feet in that ocean, even though it was a little bit chilly. It was just really, really, really fun. The girls really enjoyed it. So that's where we stayed. We stayed at the La Quinta. It was not expensive. You're not paying any fees, and it's clean and it's brand new. And we were just absolutely thrilled. And I say it's pet friendly everywhere, so you can sit out with your pets pretty much anywhere and enjoy being down in that area. Now, the drawback's never fun because you don't want it to end, especially when your dog throws up in the car too. But I'm glad she did. It was a little twig. What's she doing eating twigs? She gets the best food ever, this girl. So that's what we did. So I say a blog post is going to come up, and we'll have all those nice links for you if you feel like you want to take a little trip down to Carlsbad. And I think you would really, really enjoy it down there. So moving on, it's funny because a lot of people come up on you know, what am I going to do in the new year with my pets? What New Year's resolutions do I have? Or kind of for my dog, whether your dog needs to lose a little bit of weight or whether you do. And so fitness, I think, has been a very big topic on people's mind at the top of the year, as it normally is. And I think there's nothing better than actually really utilizing your time well, exercising with your dog. Whether it's your dog that needs to lose weight or you, I just think it's a great thing to do together. So I picked up this app, and it's called the Oh My Dog Boot Camp app. It's 99 cents. And I really like the app. I think it's, for me, if it doesn't involve music, then I'm not interested, because that's a big, big motivator for me. So what we did is Jim and I went off to one of our local dog parks with the dog park, and we found a little pavilion, because you have to, and in certain workouts, you have to be able to use equipment. So whether it's a park bench or it's the pole of the little podium or whatever, that's what you need to do. And it tells you on the app itself, but basically it's a 20 workout a month app, and each day for 5 days you're covering different body parts. So by the end of the week you've covered everything in a pretty intense way. It was quite a workout, believe me. I thought it was a really good workout. And what we did is we put my iPhone on the bench, turned it on full blast, and you've got a boot camp instructor that tells you what to do. So he tells what to do. He motivates you. He'll count you down if you have to do 30 seconds, 20, 10, 0. But it's combined with not just exercise for you, because that would be boring for your dog. It's combined with commands. So you alternate between exercises and commands. So I think it's a great training tool as well. Well, my girls were super, super stimulated by it, because one, it was different, and it was very energetic for them. I mean, and it's fun because, there's one point where it says, you need to do a stretch and do the downward dog. And I did a downward dog, and Thornton knocked my glasses off because she thought it was really fun to run underneath me, and Galaxy stole my woolly bobble hat. So she thought it was great, this exercise. But I thought it was really, really good. And I think if you're going to use it as a tool to train your dog with those commands, I think there's 4 commands that you're going to use, which are, heel, sit, down. There was another one I can't remember. If you've not trained your dog before with those commands, I'm going to suggest you get like a little pouch and put some very, very small soft treats in there, because you're going to need to use some rewards, because those commands come up rather quickly, and then they're moving you on to the next exercise. So definitely a positive experience for your pets. And as I said, for us, it was a great workout. So I'm still working my way through it, and we got behind a little bit, since we went away. But, hey, we did walk on the beach and run a little bit there. So we got our exercise in. So that's the Oh My Dog Boot Camp app. And you can select your own music. So you put your own playlist on there. And if you need equipment, they'll tell you, you need to take this with you or that with you. Oh, and one thing I would do most definitely is I prefer to have my hands free when it came to the exercise part for myself. So I'm going to get one of those running belts that you attach your dog to the belts. Then you get your hands free for your exercise, yet you can still grab the leash when you need to for your commands. So I think it's a great app. And if anyone else comes across an app they really, really like that you get to use for both you and your dog, let me know, because I'd love to pass that on to our listeners. I think that's it's good to see what else is out there, and there's a lot. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of products. But yeah, it's been good up to now. So let's see if we can make it all the way through to the end of the month. So that's, I say, another thing that's on people's mind. Another thing that I feel that people are talking about right now is insurance, pet insurance, and it's a very big topic, because not all insurance plans are the same. So you really, and of course your situation's not the same, getting a brand new dog, a little puppy, fresh dog, that's all brand new, to a senior dog, they're very, very different needs. So I think you have to first assess what it is you need, for your dog and your lifestyle. Do you have a senior dog but you're still very, very active with your dog? Do you go hiking? I mean, that's a whole different set of considerations. Do you have a senior dog that just stays at home, you just short walks everywhere? You've got to think about those things. So when it comes to insurance, look at your lifestyle and look at the age of your dog and look at the things that might come up as they start to get older. So for me right now, Galaxy, I think, has a little bit of arthritis. We've got on some supplementation. And if you've got an extreme case of that and you feel like, oh my gosh, I know I'm going to be having to pay out for this medication every month, some of the pet insurance companies offer an additional insurance for medications. So there's that option too. I was never a huge fan of insurance because I think I was in the wrong type of insurance plan or company. They didn't offer enough for me, because you are still going to have to pay up front for your insurance. So, you know, and you're going to have to pay up front for all your treatments. So what you're going to do is you'll go to your vet, you get your dog treat, you know, for whatever, and then they bill you. Then you have to send it in. I didn't find that difficult. I thought the submission was easy, and I always felt that they paid very, very timely as well. So that was never an issue for me. But you've got to look at what your coverage is. And with some of these pet insurance companies, you can actually choose your coverage. So do you want to do a bigger deductible but have a smaller monthly payment? You know, it's entirely up to you. So now I think they become far more flexible than they've ever been. And so I'm going to be looking in the marketplace to see who I really like. And there's a great website here. It's called consumersadvocate.org, and then just search for pet insurance. And this is for 2014. And so these are your top 10 ranking insurance plans, which some of them I've not heard of. So I think some are very, very new. And Healthy Paws Pet Insurance and Foundation seems to be the number one. It's got a gold seal on it there. And you know, you can choose your deductibles. There's an annual deductible, but unlimited lifetime benefits. There's no claim caps on a period, so that's really good. And it also covers emergency care and other alternative treatments, because I know that when I had insurance with another company and I did have an emergency with both my dogs, I paid a lot of money that was not covered under my plan. So that's another thing to think about. Pet Plan seems to be the second best one, but they've been going since 1976, quite some time. They do have a limit of $20,000 a year as far as benefits. That's a lot though, so you know it's a pretty good limit there. And some of them will have a per incident deductible. So you really an annual deductible is far better. I think you definitely would need to look for something like that. Then you've got Pet Insurance by Embrace, Trupanion, which I know is a very popular one. They have unlimited benefits. There is a per condition deductible, but they say it's a very good insurance for chronic issues. So this is why I want to talk about this, because they're not all created equally. So you've got Pet's Best Insurance, Pet Premium. The ASPCA has one too. It looks like they have a wellness coverage as well, so that's good. You know, your regular blood work and those kind of things. VPI was the one that I used to have, but I say I'm going to look at something completely different. Pet First, and then there's another one called 24 Pet Watch, and they detail everything on there that you would be looking for yourself. And they say supplemental insurance too, if you need medications. So that's something to take a look at. That's consumersadvocate.org, and you're going to click on the pet insurance link on there. And I think when you've got younger animals, I think people tend not to really opt for insurance, because, you know, they're healthy generally at that age, you know, so you have to feel, you know, if it's for you, I just want to have peace of mind. No matter what age my pet is, then the insurance is definitely for you. You know, if you take your dog out on lots and lots of hikes and there's, you know, potential for injury and stuff, that's for you as well. You know, and if you've got a pet that you know has maybe got cancer or need continuing treatments and medication, definitely get insurance. And so you can adjust how you want to pay for that. On average, I think you're going to pay about $35 a month, and definitely worth it. You know, when it comes to our pets, I mean, we can't give them enough, really, can we? When we think about it. So, Chris, I think we should probably go to another break, and I'm going to cover what some of the greatest breeds are when it comes to looking for pets for apartments and seniors and those kind of things. So we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to listen to some words from our sponsors, and we'll be right back and listen to Vegas Rock Dog Radio.
We'll be right back, right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Hi, this is Tim Link, animal communicator and pet expert and host of Animal Rights on Pet Life Radio. Have you ever wanted to know what your pet is really thinking? Do you want to find out if they truly understand what you're trying to tell them? Ever wish you could build a better understanding and closer relationship with your pet? Well, now you can. Learning to communicate with animals is a 4-part on-demand workshop. In the workshop, you'll learn the essential techniques that are necessary to communicate with animals, including what is animal communication, breathing correctly to achieve the perfect state to communicate with your animals at a deeper level, using guided meditation exercises as a method to communicate with animals, and how to send and receive information from your animals. So if you're wanting to learn how to communicate and connect with your animals at a deeper level, visit PetLifeRadio.com/workshop and purchase and download Learning to Communicate with Animals. You'll be glad you did.
I Love My Pets, the new single by Mark Winter, available on iTunes.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jeff Werber from Ask the Vets with Dr. Jeff here on Pet Life Radio. We want to hear from you. Listen in. We're on every Thursday, 1 o'clock Pacific time, 4 o'clock Eastern time here on PetLifeRadio.com. We are here for you. We're trying to make life with your pets even better. I know that's hard to believe. It can even be better than it is, and hopefully it's fantastic already. The goal here is to answer your questions, help you out with your problems, anything you really wanted to know, but maybe you're afraid to ask your veterinarian, or maybe it was just too expensive to go to your veterinarian just to ask a few simple things. So that's what you got me for here at Pet Life Radio. Ask the Vets with Dr. Jeff. Call in. We'll see you here on Thursdays.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
This is Vegas Rock Dog Radio. Vegas Rock Dog Radio. The phone lines are open at 702-483-4444. Now let's bring back the host. Here is the rock and roll queen of dogs, Sam.
Oh, I like that whole echo. Okay, and we're back. You're listening to Vegas Rock Dog Radio with me, Sam, your host, the queen of rock and roll dogs, and we are live from sunny Las Vegas. So before the break, we were talking about pet insurance, and I love it when you can find a website that puts them all together, all the insurance companies, and makes it easy for you to... Oh, thank you. Makes it easy for you to... read and figure out what's best for you. You know, there's nothing worse than bopping all over the internet trying to figure out what's the best plan. And here's another thing you can do, and I do this a lot. Poll your friends. Ask your friends on Facebook and Twitter, what's your favorite pet insurance? Or do you like this insurance? Or what was your experience with that? Because there's nothing better than a personal review on a product or a service. And I often use my friends as my search engine. Does anybody know where I can get? And usually 10 people will tell you. So I definitely ask your friends. It's really important. You know, and ask those friends that have, say, a breed similar to yours or a dog with similar issues that you have, and then you'll get an idea of how it works. So definitely important. Now, your other alternative is if you don't want to get pet insurance, you can always put money aside every month. I think you definitely have to be a little bit more disciplined for that and create an account for your pet, but definitely worth doing if you feel like you have the discipline to do that. But nothing worse than those big bills coming in when you got to take care of your pets. I used to do this like, okay, I'll take a deep breath. Okay, I acknowledged it. Okay, let's move on. We're paying $1,500. That's okay. I'm over it. I get over things very, very quickly. So that's your pet insurance. I'll put the link up for that main page so that you can peruse those for yourself. And as I said before the break, I wanted to talk about what are going to be good pets for, you know, certain living situations or certain types of people. So one of them is seniors. The senior population, as you know, is really, really growing. And unfortunately, they do find themselves by themselves or with limited interaction with other people, you know. And so I think you're going to see a big, big boom in seniors wanting to adopt more dogs as companions. And again, if you're a senior now, I hate to use this word senior with my mom. Oh my gosh. But if my mom was to get a dog, she would need an active dog. She would definitely, my mom is not sitting at home watching soap operas. In fact, it's very hard to catch my mom home. She lives in Spain and she has this most amazing lifestyle. I would say she's got a better social life than I have. And, she, owns a karaoke business. Of course she does, and she's getting close to 80. She'll kill me for that, but she does look incredible. So she's an example of someone that's not sitting at home, that doesn't need a tiny little lapdog, that doesn't need any exercise or very little exercise. She walks everywhere, and she's very sociable, meets lots of friends, and, you know, they go out and have wine and at the beach, and, you know, so she would need you know, a dog that fits her lifestyle, even though she's a little bit older, but she's very active. But if you are a senior who is somewhat isolated and you don't have a lot of companionship, a dog is a wonderful, or a cat is a wonderful animal to get. And I think one thing you do need to consider, though, if you're not in the greatest of health yourself, I would not opt for a huge dog, because if something should happen to your dog and you've got to get your dog to the vet, can you pick your dog up? Can you lift it and put it in the car? You know, so think about that too. It needs to be a size that's manageable, and, you know, so that you don't have a struggle on the back end if anything should happen to your pet, that you need to pick them up. And I would also look for a dog that, if you like kind of a quiet life, you know, one that wants to just be with you, that's not, you know, not a noisy dog if you don't want a noisy dog, or just a very loyal kind of dog. So, these are a couple of the breeds that I came up with. Chihuahuas, of course, are just a great little breed, and, really, really fun. And if you're on a fixed budget, you're not going to be spending tons and tons of money on food. That's something to consider as well. And fun little breed, definitely worth considering. And another one would be the Bichon Frise. Now, the Bichon Frise, I see loads of them. As I drive through some of the senior communities, I see lots of seniors walking their fluffy white dogs. It's the Maltese dog, and it's also the Bichon. So, even though they're going to need some grooming, and that's another thing you need to consider too, if you're on a fixed budget, you definitely don't need a dog that needs tons and tons of grooming. But they are great little companions. They're a lovely little breed, and very loyal, and will enjoy your company. So I think, you know, you've got to weigh up what's right for you. But they're definitely a popular breed with the senior population, and so are Yorkshire Terriers. And again, they need a little bit of grooming, you know. So if that's not for you, go for that short-haired dog, you know, and a size that you can manage. And if you're an active senior, then definitely get a dog that loves to go and walk and be with you and be with your friends. So I see a big I think a big boom in companionship through animals for the senior population coming up. Apartment dogs are something to think about as well. If you're living in a smaller home, or you've downsized, definitely think about what kind of breed works for you. The Boston Terrier is a fun breed. I love that little breed. They're just a cute dog. They're just like a polite little dog, and fun, and quiet, they're not going to bother your neighbours, you know. And so is the English Bulldog. I mean, that dog likes to hang out. It doesn't need tons and tons of exercise, wants to be with you on the couch, and again, not a noisy dog. So that's another one to think about there. And, you know, a lot of people ask about family dogs. I think you need a sturdy dog if you're going to have kids around your pets. Don't go for some fragile little dog that, you know, kids are around dogs. They're not, you know, they can be a little bit rough. So, the most popular dogs are Labradors and Golden Retrievers. And, I say a sturdy dog, but definitely a calm dog and a patient dog. And I think you need that when you've got children. So there are a couple of, fun breeds to look at, and you know, they're great for exercise too, but they just want to be with family. Very, very loyal dogs as well, but definitely a sturdy dog when you've got kids. I mean, we all hear about kids jumping on the pets. So there's some other fun breeds, and of course I always advocate for a rescue dog. And if you're looking for a specific breed, then look at your breed specific rescues in town. So if you want that Yorkshire Terrier, go to the Yorkshire Terrier Rescue. If you want a Beagle, go to the Beagle Rescue. So you don't have to go to any breeders, because, you know, we're trying to get them out of the rescues and into better homes. So I think we're going to wrap up the show by saying, well, we're getting close, a couple of minutes. I want to say a big thank you to our sponsors who make the show possible every single week. And if you'd like to be a sponsor, you can email me at contact@vegasrockdog.com or just message me through Facebook, Twitter. I mean, we're not so formal these days anymore, and that's totally fine with me. I wanted to also tell you about a fun event that's coming up called My Furry Valentine. So if you want to fall in love with your next pet, then I think what you need to do is make your way over to Best Pro Shops, the one that's attached to the Silverton Casino, and it is a pet-friendly business. I think the event is outside, though, in the parking lot, but it is still a pet-friendly business. Still go inside. And there'll be a lot of rescues there on February the 15th, which I think is a Saturday. And that's from 10 to 4 p.m. And lots of rescues are going to be there. And you'll be able to fall in love all over again. It's dangerous for me to go to those rescue events because you see so many cute dogs, and you know, there's always that risk you could come home with another one. But I told Jim, if we get another dog, they have to keep getting smaller, like Russian stacking dolls. They've got to get smaller and smaller and smaller so that we can manage them. You know, that's important. My rescue of the week is a rescue I just started following. It's the Panda Paws Rescue. Not sure why Panda is the name, because they're not rescuing pandas. But they do rescue dogs with special needs, particularly with those that only have 2 limbs. So whether their back legs are missing, or they or they're an accident or whatever, or they were born that way, or their front legs. And these dogs are amazing. It's a family-run rescue. So they're in their home when they're actually rescued and looked after wonderfully. And that's pandapawsrescue.com. Next week's show, this is going to be a really nice show with Kristen of the Little White Dog Company. And we're going to talk about yoga and massage with your dog. So that I love. Anything I can do with my dog, and I say it kind of is still in the January exercise theme. And I always like to tell everybody to remember to help a pet in need, either rescue, adopt, donate, or share their information. Rescue your next family member. Replace the word shop with adopt, and always be kind to all animals. I'm going to thank Chris for being my producer today. He's been my company and makes the show run wonderfully every single week. You have been listening to Vegas Rock Dog Radio with me, Sam, your host, the Queen of Rock and Roll Dogs. And I want to wish you all a wonderful weekend. Make sure you kiss your pets in the morning, good night, and in between. And I will see you next week. I want to thank you for spending some time with me, and have a great weekend. Take care, everyone. You've been listening to Vegas Rock Dog Radio.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.